Wonderful. One more time. Deep breath in. Made a promise to myself to end this year with a big smile in my attitude. Let's do something. I was thinking about what we do and how we do it, and I want to combine a little bit of coordination into some of our other movements. And what I mean by that is I want you to follow the cadence of my voice when I say to switch from one part of the body to the other. And therein lies the attention to coordination. So let's begin by just rolling the right shoulder. We're going to go, and I'm going to count it. 1, 2, and I want you to keep up with my count. 3, because then within the cadence, I'm going to switch. 4. We're going to go to 7, 5, 6, 7, and switch over to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Keep it rolling. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And over to the right. 1. The idea is to just keep moving. It's kind of like playing the piano and reading music. If you make a mistake, you have to keep going. 4, 5, 6. But you got to listen to instructions. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's give them both. 1, we're going to slow it down with both. 2, 3, and 4. And let's switch in a forward motion. 4. Concentrate on what you're doing and when you need to switch by listening to directions. 1, and switch to a bicycle. 1, 2, left, right. Allow the upper body to sway from left to right with each of your arms. But keep the cadence going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch it up and go backwards. 1, 2, 3. Feel how your midsection, your lower back, and your abdominal muscles have to kind of combine with the movement of your shoulders to keep your body sitting straight in the chair. And let's bring them both forward. 1. Slowly. 2, 3, 4. And let's reverse. 1, 2, 3, and 4. See, when I'm doing that, I'm reminding myself, I don't know if you had to say, what did he say? Did he say left? Did he say right? Did he say switch? When I was in boot camp, that's everything was, sort of slammed at you verbally, and you really had to pay attention because you never knew what was coming next. And so it reminded me of that. All right, let's stretch the arm up towards the ceiling. We'll do a little differently today. The palm is in. Now turn the palm out. And just bring it straight out to the left or the right of your room, all the way down until it's facing the floor. It's just a different stretch of the shoulder. It involves more parts of the arm. All the way up to the ceiling, palm is in. Turn the palm outward, stretch it down, nice and slow. Feel the stretch in your arm. That's what we're looking for, is feeling, where is it stretching the most? And is that what I want it to do? Palm is outward, bring it down slowly, all the way from midnight to 6 p.m. Other side, turn the palm out, bringing it down. Let's do them both together. Palms are in, Turn both arms out, palms that is, bring them down slowly. Ah, that's really opening me up. This is good. All the way up, palms are in, palms are out, slowly down. Very good. Now what I want you to do is bring your hands up in front of your chest, roll the wrists out into a breaststroke almost. Arms and hands up towards the chest and roll them outward. Feel the resistance of the water as you're pushing backwards. Holding the chest up high so we can breathe real well. Holding the head up. Notice how slowly we're moving, but notice all the areas that are stretching. I can feel my fingers stretching. I can feel my wrists being involved. I can feel the muscles in my upper arm stretch, and I can feel my chest muscles stretching left to right. All this stuff going on at once. Pretty cool. A couple more of these, just so we kind of wake up the upper body. Very good. Okay. Sitting straight in the chair. Let's bring both arms up over our head, behind our head. And try if you can to, now my elbows are almost pointing inward. What I want to do is try to point my elbows to the left and the right as much as possible without, overstretching. So you can feel the stretch along the upper part of the chest as we do this move. I'm just going to bend down to the left at the waist. Bottom is firmly on the floor. No, that's wrong. Bottom is firmly on the chair. The only thing moving is the midsection. That's not easy. But it sure feels good. I'm finding that stretching is finally becoming my friend. It took a long time. All right, straight up, let's put the arms down. I'm also finding that keeping my arms over my head for any length of time is not fun. Solidly up in the chair, feet on the floor. Let's rotate at the waist to our right. Nice and strong. Pick the head up towards the ceiling. Grab the chair with one hand, grab your leg with the other hand. Lightly press just to help that stretch, just a little. Key word being lightly there. Take a deep breath in with me. Exhale, let go of the chair and your leg as we rotate nice and smoothly, nice and softly over to our left-hand side. Oh, you should feel this in one place and one place only, our midsection, our core. Everything else should be kind of rolling along for the ride. Hold the head up tall. Deep breath in with a lung. Exhale, let go of the chair and your leg one more time. Rotate all the way over. Very good, very good. Deep breath in. Now this time when we exhale, just give a little nudge to your leg in the chair and help rotate the waist ever so slightly, just a little more. Holding it steady for just a second or two, and a deep breath in. Exhale. Let's begin to rotate for the final time over to our left. Nice and tall, holding the chair, holding the leg. That just gives us some stability. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, little pressure on the chair, little pressure on your leg. Feel the hyperextension of the midsection. Just enough to feel that you've done it, that's all. As soon as you know that, another deep breath in. Exhale, let go of the chair on your leg, and let's come back to center and relax for just a minute. We're going to work on our core for just a little longer today. I think that's important as the weather changes. Let's go to the edge of our chair. Bring our feet out in front of us. Grab our imaginary ball. I keep saying I got to get a ball for this. I know. I'm going to use a football. I'm ready. Holding our ball up high. Only thing moving is our waist. Down to one side. Across from one knee to the other. Up on the other side. And then very, very carefully rolling in a backwards motion as we come down in front. Holding the ball, simply Well, it has the benefit of concentration, because you have to concentrate to hold it in your hands, but it also is a contributing factor to keeping your upper body nice and straight, nice and stationary. The upper body is once again going along for the ride. It's the midsection that's doing the work. Ah, boy, that feels good, but it's not easy. And let's reverse direction. Going down the opposite side, over to the knees, one knee to the other, bring it up high. Nice big round motions. And let's come around one more time. Down to the knees and the foot, over to the other foot and the knee, and bring it up tall. Excellent. Very good. Oh, there goes my football. All right. As long as we're here, we should do some crunches. In the same position with our feet firmly on the floor, let's cross the arms over the chest. And we're taking the elbows on a journey down to the knees. Take a deep breath in. We exhale when we go down. Knees heading towards the elbows or somewhere in between. And then we come right back up with a deep inhale. Bring it down, crunch the midsection, but also feel the lower back as it stretches with it. When you stretch the lower back, you should be crunching the midsection. When you crunch your midsection, you should also be stretching your back. They work together. Bring it down. Focus on that crunch. All the way up. Nice and solid. Bring it back up. Think about the muscles of the abdomen. We're not looking to get solid washboards, although, no, I don't know. But we are looking to just keep the midsection nice and firm, which holds us taller, holds us more sturdy. Crunching down, bringing it up. One more good one. Send the energy to your midsection as we roll forward. Crunch, 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 so you'll say mean things about me this afternoon. And let's bring back up nice and slowly. Very good. Excellent. Let's do this sitting at the edge of our chair. Sometimes we do this with our back to the chair. Nice and tall. Just turn the head to the right, looking at the wall of your room on your right. Hold the head up high. If it helps, imagine you're pushing the crown of your head towards the ceiling. That helps kind of hold the head up, which pulls the cervical spine nice and straight. Naturally, the rest of the spine has to follow along. Take a deep breath in with me. Exhale very gently for the first time. Rotate the head all the way across past center to your left. Continuing to hold the head up high, nice and solid. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let's bring the head rotated past center again, over to the opposite side. Simple motions. Very important to have the neck nice and loose. So should you have to move your head quickly, your neck muscles will follow. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and rotate. And what I mean by follow is not hold back from allowing your head to turn. That's where we find ourselves in cases of injury. Leaning on our elbows, leaning on our knees with our hands. Let's just kind of lean forward as we rotate the head all the way around. Nice and slow, nice and deliberate. Feel each area of the circle of rotation. Sometimes when I get to a certain part of the rotation, whatever the muscle is there that's saying, wow, that feels good, do that again. And then conversely, I'll get you on one part of this rotation and my body's saying, not today. Let's reverse direction. Oh, that's good. All right, sitting tall. Let's switch it up. Let's everybody rise very carefully. Use your chair if you need to. We're going to just sort of mix it up in the midsection of our body from our butt to the front of the legs. We're going to do a little bit of squatting. Now in this squat, let me make sure I'm in the middle of the camera, in the middle of the shot. We're just going to, we can go all the way from just a little squat like so to all the way down to the ground and back up. You be the judge. Take it at your discretion. So we're going to let's start slow. Leap. Just down with the arms up for stability. Bring it right back up. Keep both feet really firmly on the floor. Both knees are completely opposite one another. And what I try to do is I do things gradually. Each time I do a squat, I squat a little more deeply towards the floor. Now, what this chair that I have in front of me helps me do is as I squat deeper, I know that the chair is there should I need it. And eventually, I kind of have my bearings and I no longer need it. But it's nice to know it's there. And now what I want you to do is let's start, however deep you've gone, let's start coming up with our squat. So we're going down, but we're not going down as deep as we did. We're coming back up, almost back to a standing position. Okay. All right, standing tall. As long as we're in the neighborhood, let's do a little leg presses backwards. So we're holding on to the chair now. It's important as we put one foot firmly on the floor. We just sway that leg like a pendulum all the way back and out. And when you're doing it correctly, you'll feel the muscles of the butt and the upper leg sort of flex together. And that's my litmus test that I'm doing it properly. And then back in front. So we have a pendulum motion going with our legs swaying to the front and then back. When it's back all the way, I like to give a sort of a clench to the muscles back there, just to let them know that I'm in charge, like that could ever be. Nice big ones. Hold the head up. Holding the head up for many reasons, not the least of which is to make sure that you maintain an airway. Couple more, nice and solid. All right, this last one, hold it up for just a bit, firmly on the floor with one foot, out towards your back with the other. Now let's slowly, ever so slowly begin to drop the foot and the leg down towards the floor, being in control of the leg all the way down till your foot is flat on the floor again. Very good. What we do to one side, we must do to the other. So same motion, just out and back. Check those muscles back there. Make sure those are the ones that are flexing. Pushing it out behind us. A pendulum movement. Very smooth, not jerky, not hesitant. Once you let go of a rope that swings like a pendulum, it's not gonna stop. Very good. Up, hop, tall. Again, with the rhythmic movements, we're going all the way down and all the way up, and all the way down and all the way up. We're keeping yet a cadence, even though it's a different type of cadence and a different type of movement. And finally, bring that leg up all the way, hold it up there strong, feel the strength necessary in both muscles up there to hold the leg up. You're probably feeling the strength of the muscles that are holding your whole body up as well. As we begin to drop the leg down ever so slowly, resisting the leg and resisting gravity. Very good. As long as we're in this position, we might as well do a hip pendulum motion as well. So we're standing tall in our chair. We're doing almost the very same motion, swinging and swaying in front of us and out to the side. Very much the same motion, only in the opposite direction. When we did the last one, we're strengthening the muscles of the upper leg and the bottom. This is not for that purpose at all. This is simply to sort of loosen up and give, as I say, give the hip joint a break. I like this exercise. I was kind of indifferent to it maybe a year or so ago, but my hip feels really good when I allow it to relax. And very much the same way, hold it out to the side, and then slowly, 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 in control, being the operative phrase, back to the floor. And over to the other leg. Hold it onto the chair, definitely, as we swing the leg across in front of us and out to the side. Wait, I did that wrong, didn't I? I did. Wrong leg.
No.
Why I did that? Very good. Take note of how your hip joint feels when we do this, specifically when we do it. That's when I really feel the benefit of it. Well, that's not exactly true. Real benefit is when I'm walking or running and my hips don't ache. And I know that it's because we've been doing this particular exercise. And lastly, out to the side, hold it up nice and strong. Slowly bringing the foot down. Ah, very good. All right, let's have a seat.
Oh, we're sitting again.
So I know you've experienced this. We, as older adults, experience this, and I experienced it last night. I got out of bed, and I had the most excruciating pain on the side of my leg, and I couldn't even figure out for the life of me, why do you have this? And I guess I was too tired. I went back to bed and went back to sleep with my fingers crossed, and I woke up this morning. There's nothing there at all. How do you go from 0 to 10 and 10 to 0 without even knowing the reasons why? I don't know. Yeah. Anyone that can break that secret for me, let me know.
Yeah.
All right. Back in our chair, leaning back, slouching, if you will. I'm going to raise both legs today. And with the inward rotation, let's begin rotating both ankles. Big circles. All right. And let's do it. Rotate in the opposite direction. All right, drop one foot, keep the other up. Let's give that leg a little more attention, individualized attention. All right, drop that foot down to the floor, pick up the other one. More individualized attention. And reverse direction on that one. All right, safely back on the floor. Let's sit up straight in our chairs as we're moving up the legs. Let's grab one leg, left or right, holding it nice and firmly under the knee. Let's stretch the knee outward. Nice tall stretch. In this case, I want you to let the ankle go limp. You know, lots of times we do the pointing the toes towards the head. This time I just want you to let the ankle go limp so that all the energy can come from the movement of the knee. all the way out, flex it back in. Make sure you got a nice firm grip under your knee. Stretch it out, letting the foot hang loose. The stretch is just as important as the flex. And the flex is definitely as important as the stretch. All right, hold it up there, hold it. Yeah, we're gonna do it today. Let go of your leg. See how strong your leg muscles are. Can they hold your leg up? Let's not hold it up there too long. No need for that. As we slowly, very slowly, in control, place that leg down and that foot on the floor. Nice and solid. Very good. Other side. Under the leg, under the knee, behind the leg rather. Nice and firm with both hands. Make sure that ankle is kind of limp. The foot's just kind of hanging there. As we stretch it out, bring it back in. Stretch it out. I put a Christmas tree out. I decided that was a great way to sort of bring a little cheeriness to our lockdown situation.
We put ours up yesterday too.
Flexing, stretch it out. I took note of the fact that when I was younger, from the time I would get a tree, in that same day, I would purchase a tree, I would put the tree up, and I would decorate it all in one day. And I realized now as I've gotten older, I have to do the whole thing in shifts. Even the decorating part, I said, well, I'll leave that part till tomorrow. All right. Deep flex, and one last time, bring it out and stretch it. Let the ankle be limp so that only the muscles from the knees up to the body are working. Let's let go of that leg, see how strong those muscles are. Holding that for just a second or two. So bring it down slowly, controlling the leg all the way down to the floor. Very good, excellent. Okay, sitting tall in the chair. I want you to reach down towards the floor and with one hand and up on the other side. Switching it over. This is a variation of what we actually started with. But what it does is it wakes up the muscles, because the muscles, figuratively speaking, the muscles are saying, hey, we already did this movement. Give us something else. So it kind of shakes things up. Make sure you're breathing during this particular exercise, because we're kind of requiring the body to move in a little more awkward way. So the first thing we might forget is to take a nice deep breath in as we move. All right, sitting up straight. Let's go back out to our chairs. We're going to do a nice leg stretch, one leg at a time. So spread the legs apart, sitting up tall. Take both hands, just place them on your thigh. When they take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, just lean forward towards whichever leg you're leaning on. Lean forward in that direction. It'll be out to the left or the right. As your hands roll down your leg, keep the upper body nice and straight. But we're leaning out. You should feel a stretch on the inside of your leg, all the way from the ankle, all the way up into the groin, really. And since it's covering such a wide area, you don't want to overstretch it. So we're going to stop where we are and just kind of hold it there for a second or two. And then, just like when we go down towards the center, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just loosen the upper body and see how the weight of the upper body and exhaling will allow you to stretch just a little bit more. And you can measure that by how far your fingers have made it to your shoes or thereabouts. Take a deep breath in with me. Let's exhale, and nice and smoothly and in a very controlled way, we're just kind of rolling back up to an upright seated position. Ah, what a nice sort of graceful, almost graceful kind of move. Over to the other side, both hands on the thigh. Deep breath in. Let's exhale, move down. Hands moving towards the floor, towards our foot. We're going to get to about maybe ankles, our hands at our ankles, and we're going to stop. Notice all the stretching going on here, on the side of the leg, on the back of the leg, the lower back. Not just on the side we're stretching, but even the opposite side over here has to stretch to accommodate this stretch. When done in a controlled way, it has a lot of individual benefits. Take a deep breath in. Relax your arms, relax your shoulders as you exhale, and you witness the weight of your upper body. Allow it to stretch just a little bit further. My fingers are on my shoelaces, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good range of motion. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as we, in a very, very controlled manner, come up. Our head is still under. Coming out to an upright seated position and roll the chest out, roll the head up, holding the head up high. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Need to do a little bit of arms. So let's sit back in the chair. We'll go out to the end of our arms. Don't want to forget our phalanges, you know. One side or the other. Take this hand, 4 fingers, placing it on the index finger of the opposite hand. Nice stretch. Just gently stretching the individual fingers back. Let's go to the middle finger. Ah, very good. And the ring finger. Ooh. And finally, the little finger. But we don't want to leave out the thumb. Stretching the thumb back pretty much in the same direction, although the physical stretch is in the same direction as the fingers, but the internal stretch of the muscles, tendons, and ligaments is across the palm, where the other 4 fingers, it's down transversely with the palm. Very good. Over to the other side. Starting with the index finger. Nice stretch backwards. Moving over to the middle finger. Pick it up with the ring finger. And the little finger. And finally, the thumb. Holding it for just a second. Okay, shake that out. Wrists up. Let's just rotate the wrists. We'll do this rotation with the fingers extended, therefore stretching the fingers out just a little bit during the process. Let's reverse direction. Okay, and to finish off stretching this area, give me a nice soft fist, soft, not clenched. Take the other hand, put it on top, and just press the fist downward and inward towards the body. And you will feel a super duper stretch all across the top of the hand and into the wrist itself. We're pressing gently down and in on the fist with the other hand. Ah, that's good. Other side, gentle fist with this hand, holding it nice and firmly, but yet we're pressing on it gently. We're just holding it firmly because we don't want to let it go. And we're pressing inward towards the body and downward at the same time. Okay. Very good. Shake that out. And let's move up the arm to our elbow. Sliding out to the edge of your seat. Spreading the legs a bit, a little further than shoulder width apart. Leaning on one leg with one arm. As we hold the other arm up, dropping the forearm and the hand down towards the floor. The idea is to try and keep the upper arm from the elbow to the shoulder as parallel with the floor as you can. As we begin, a nice smooth rotation with the arm from the elbow down through the hand. The emphasis here is trying to keep that other part of the arm parallel with the floor. In doing so, we get to isolate the elbow a little bit more. Sometimes a motion like this, particularly with the elbow, you have to sort of work at it. It's kind of a clumsy motion. I felt a little clumsy when I first started doing it. And sometimes when something feels clumsy like that, it's easy to give up on it. Say, there's plenty of other things to do. But if there's a benefit to it, there's benefit in learning how to do it. Let's reverse direction. All right, sitting up tall. Let's take a deep breath in.
Well, I never did that.
And exhale. Over to the other side. Leaning on the leg with one arm, the forearm. Raising the other arm up. We drop the arm down at the elbow. So our forearm and hand are facing the floor. And our upper arm from our elbow to our shoulder is as parallel with the floor as we can get it. As we begin a nice slow rotation in one direction or the other. You'll notice, and unless you're hypersensitive to it, that as we do this motion, we tend to, the upper arm tends to sort of droop. So when you look over at it, it's a good time to take note of where it is. Is it still parallel with the floor, or have I let my shoulder drop down? And then you just make an adjustment. Let's reverse direction.
Well, I started, but
Very good. All right. Excellent. Let's hear it for the elbow. Let's do another elbow just because this is a combination elbow and shoulder. We might as well do it as we're sitting out at the edge of our chair, bringing one arm up, one hand up, kind of towards our ear, if you will. And what we're trying to do is think of our elbow, the tip of our elbow as a stylus, and we're just drawing a circle with it. Notice how this engages the rotation of the shoulder. Actually, you can't do it without it, really. But if you focus your energy on the tip of your elbow, I guess you could call it, your shoulder just kind of relaxes and does the rotation that you want it to do. It's a little awkward, a little goofy, but it's very effective. And let's reverse direction. Part of the key here is to try and keep the rest of your stationary, which doing this makes that a little difficult, but just another challenge in the area of coordination. All right, let's give that shoulder a rest. And the other one up. Get it nice and comfortable there. And just make a nice rotation. Instead of thinking that you're rotating the shoulder, which we are, put it in your mind that you're literally rotating the elbow. Nice and big. Remember to breathe. And let's reverse direction. All right, very good. Got your barbell handy? Why not? Let's see if we can do this. We'll just do strength training with it today. It's always a couple of different things you can do with your barbell. Let's lean back in our chair, little slouch position. See if we can't get, now we're gonna go back to that buzzword today of coordination. I'm gonna have you, instead of just going up and down, which is good, I'm gonna have you switch it. I'll have you going up, then back, then out, or maybe back up. So you gotta listen to my commands or my instructions. Command sounds a little pushy. Let's bring the barbell up on our chest. So you want to listen to what I'm saying. If I say up, it's directly up towards the ceiling. If I say out, it's out away from you. So in each case, it's an up, but out means out. So let's bring it up overhead towards the ceiling. Get a nice comfortable feel. We know our back's not on something, but we got our feet firmly on the floor. Our upper back is touching the back of our chair. Let's bring it down. Back up. Down again and up. Bring it down. Now how about out? Back in and out. Bring it in. Bring it up. Bring it down. Bring it out. Bring it in. Bring it out. Bring it in. Bring it out. Bring it in. Take it up. Bring it down. Take it back up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Keep up with the cadence. Down. And out. Tricked you. Down. Back out. Bring it in. Bring it up. Bring it down. Bring it out. Bring it in. Bring it back out. Bring it back in. Bring it up. Bring it down. Bring it up and hold it there. You weren't expecting that, were you? Hold it up. Now bring it down in front of you. Just lower the bar in front of you. Control the bar. It weighs more than we think, all the way down. Great. Now let's sit up correctly in our chairs. We're going to do that same movement, only in a correct position. So we got the bar up overhead. Get yourself nice and sturdy, both feet on the floor, and just bring the bar down. Slowly drop it in front of you. Watch the bar as it crosses right in front of your line of sight, and then watch it as it heads down towards your thighs. But you're controlling, and that's where the strength training comes in. It's a very, very simple motion, but it's a strong strength trainer. And depending upon, you have to use your own good judgment with this. I have, as you know, a piece of PVC, which is very light. So we're going to do that same motion with one hand. But if you have a broomstick or something, it might be a little too long or a little heavier to do it with one hand. You be the judge of that. Having said that, with both hands, let's bring it up overhead. And then you choose your left or your right hand, if you're able to. Get your barbell balanced within your hand so that it's not over to the left or over to the right. Get it nice and centered and balanced. And only when you feel like you have that, then put your other hand down. Make sure both feet are on the floor. Let's lower the bar down with just the one hand. Keep your other hand handy in case you need some help with it, but all the way down. So we're doing the same motion, only we're requiring one hand to do all of the energy. Bring it back up, nice and slowly, all the way back up. Now raise your other hand and replace it. And when you're comfortable with your stability there and balance, place that hand back down. And we're going down with the left hand, my left hand, all the way down, slow, slow, slow. Control the motion, and that's where the strength training comes in. Let's bring it back up, nice and slow. Look at the bar. Watch it as it passes your line of sight, then follow it with your eyes all the way back up to the ceiling. Hold it there. Let's switch hands. See, we're engaging a lot of different movements here, switching hands, making sure the bar is balanced. These all go into the category of coordination and balance. Let's lower the bar, nice and slowly. Very good. What a simple motion, huh? Let's bring it back up, nice and slowly. Feel the strength, the simple strength required of just this light object. Now let's take it back to 2 hands and 2 arms. Bringing it down in front. Bring it back up overhead. And your arms should be spread probably no further than shoulder length apart. Shoulder width apart. Got the body parts wrong. There we go. Very good. Bring it back up. And down. A couple more of these. This is a great upper body range of motion exercise. Bring it down. I'm watching you all. And one final time, bring it up overhead, up towards the ceiling. When you're straight up overhead, take a deep breath in. When you exhale, if you're willing, if you feel comfortable doing it, take the arms back just a little bit further, just a tiny bit further than parallel with the shoulders, just a bit for a little stretch, and then bring them forward. You don't want to stay in that position too long as we gently lower the bar one final time. Bring it down, bring it down. Excellent. Okay, let's put our barbell down, out to the edge of our seat. Feet firmly on the floor. Bring the arms up to an L. Take them out to each side. Bring them back in. Squeeze the chest as you bring them back in, making sure the palms touch one another. Then stretch it back out. Nice and good. Bring it back in. That is a serious stretch of the chest muscles. And what happens when the chest muscles are solid? You're better able to hold the lungs. And that's what we're looking for. The strength we're looking for as older adults is very different than the strength we were striving for as younger individuals. As older adults, the strength we want it also comes in the form of confidence to know that I've been working on my body and I feel a little stronger, so I feel a little more secure in what I'm doing in my physical activities of the day. I was watching someone cross the street and I couldn't help but notice the difficulty they had with coordination, just trying to get from the level of the street and the level of the sidewalk. There was no infinite from skateboards. And it's such a simple motion, but as we get older, if you somehow haven't got the confidence of what your body's capable of, and that you can lift your leg up and move from one level to another, you have to develop it all over again. Squeeze it in for me, nice and solid. Hold it there. Let's bring it down. I think it's time for a nice breath in. Breath out. Five seconds of quiet. All right, let's everybody gently rise. Don't go away. All right. Launch it away. Pick up the legs. Move the arms. Keep those arms moving. Get ready for a side step. Here we go. To the left. Good. Get down with your side step. It's a nice stretch in the inside of the legs. Keep it up. a march. Here we go, marching. Rotating the arms. Pick up those legs. Turn it to the left. Turn it to the right. Pick up the legs. Right arm up, left arm up, right arm up, left arm up, up and back, and up and back. Stretch it out, up and back. Reach the ceiling, side step. With a little bounce into it. Very good. Bring the arms down. Cross in front of yourself. Lifting the arms way up towards the ceiling. Back to a side step. Keep that breath going. Reaching out to the upper left. Across the room. Reaching out to where the ceiling touches the wall. Feel the stretch on this one. Back to a side stretch. And let's bring it in. Yeah, just turn the TV. Whew. Well, that was nice, huh? Like my choice of music?
Very good.
All right, let's have a seat. Whew. Well, there we have it. December 2nd, huh? Okay. Take a deep breath in. And exhale slowly. Very nice, very soft. Okay, excellent. Take your back off the chair, back off the top of the back of the chair. And give me a nice shrug. And hold it up, and then softly let it down. And now give me the same shrug. And with a very deliberate move, just drop the shoulders. Just drop them. Bring it up again, holding it, and bring them down in a controlled manner. One more time, bring it up, hold it there tight, then drop them. See the difference in the control that you have to have with that. One is a controlled descent. The other is, an uncontrolled descent. Carefully, lower, very good. Up again, we're sort of trying to get the shoulders towards the ears and drop them. Very good, okay. Take a deep breath in with me, both feet on the floor. Deep breath, slowly let it out. Feel the energy around you. That which you give out and that which you take. Deep breath in.
Oh.
Exhale slowly. Softly. And finally, one deep breath in. Hold it up there. We're sneaking up on the end of the year. Begin to exhale. Maybe set some goals. Exhale completely. Keep exhaling. There's more in your lungs. Trust me. Final exhale. There. Good job, everyone. I tried to shake it up a little today.